Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video I was going to just tell you a little bit about my self-tanning routine. This topic comes up every year around this time, the beginning of summer. I've just put out my big roundup of testing mineral sunscreens for the face, and the comments underneath that one always tend to go towards self-tanning and what order you put things on, and people had a lot of really interesting questions, so I thought I'd just answer the questions here today about how to use self-tanner along with exfoliants or along with sunscreens, and just how to get your skin summer ready and looking great. So it's going to be kind of a casual video, just a little quickie. So I thought I'd just walk you through my routine. I'm not really totally self-tanned up yet, although I am kind of working my way towards it. For sunless tanning, I'm not really big into the ones that you put on at once. You leave them on for like 8 hours, then you shower it off. I'm more into the gradual tanners, and so that's kind of how I tend to approach it, because I find that they're just easier to use, they're more foolproof, you don't end up with like streaks or funky looking areas when you do a gradual tanner. The favorite product that I use for my face is by Coola. It's their Sunless Tan Anti-Aging Face Serum. I really like this one, and the way I work this in with my anti-aging skincare routine is that in the morning I'll usually start off by washing my face, then I put on my vitamin C serum, then I put on my lactic acid serum, then I put on my CoQ10 serum, then I put on the self-tanner, and then I put on my moisturizer, and then I put on my sunscreen. And that's pretty much the order that I do it if I'm putting this on in the morning. So if I'm going to put this on at night, which you can do that too, I would put on my Retin-A first, then I would put on my Matrixyl Synth 6 serum, then I would put on this guy, and then I put on my heavyweight moisturizers. So basically you want to kind of obey the standard layering rules of going from lightest to heaviest, with the exception of what's most important. So at night I always put my Retin-A on first because that's the most important. I want it to be like closest to my skin and most fully absorbed. And then I put on a couple of my serums, but they're not occlusive serums, so they're not going to keep this from absorbing. So this one is going to absorb just fine, but then I put on my heavier moisturizer after, because that could be a little bit occlusive. So if you're using things that have a lot of silicones in them or petrolatum, things that are really occlusive like mineral oil, then you want to save those till the end, and you want to put this on before so it will absorb more evenly. Now, one of the questions that I get about the order is using a self-tanner with a daily exfoliant or an alpha hydroxy acid serum, which I do. I use the ordinary 5% lactic acid serum every day. And I guess some people think that when you're putting on an exfoliant that it instantly exfoliates like all your skin, and then if you put something like this on top, that this will just exfoliate this right away with it. And it's not really the way it works. Exfoliants don't work instantly. Basically what a chemical exfoliant does is it just kind of speeds up the exfoliation process, but if you've been using one every day already, then your skin is already pretty exfoliated, so you don't need to do any extra exfoliating to start doing a self-tanner, because your skin should already be nice and exfoliated, and so you don't have any buildup of dry skin. And that's really why they recommend exfoliating first before you put on a self-tanner, is because any place that you have dry skin that's thicker and built up, the self-tanner will absorb in more and you'll get darker spots in that area, and so you want to keep it all nice and even. And so if you're using an everyday exfoliant, then you really don't have to worry about it. You don't have to scrub your face super good before you put this on. You can just work it right into your skincare routine. But your self-tanner usually will not have sunscreen in it, so definitely put on sunscreen afterwards. You can also use like a tinted sunscreen that maybe is a little bit darker than your normal skin tone to help you add a little bit of tanned look to your face. So the one that I recommend for that is the Elta MD UV Elements SPF 44. This is an all mineral sunscreen, and it does have a tint to it, and the tint is a little bit darker than my skin. I applied this for the first time this morning, so my face isn't tan yet, but in the meantime I wanted to look just a little bit tanny. So one of my favorite bronzers is the one in here. This is the Tart Clay Play Volume 2 palette, and this is a really nice bronzer in this guy. It's very summery color, and it's not too dark, it's not too light, it's not too gray. It just really brightens up my complexion, and I only started using this like a few weeks ago, and I just love it, and I love the blush in here too. So that's what I have on today. It blends out really nicely. It's a very natural color, at least on my skin tone. So that's my face routine. Then for my body, I use the Jergens Natural Glow Self Tanner, and this is the firming and daily moisturizer one. I get the medium to tan just so it will come up a little bit darker. I tend to only use it every other day, and I alternate it with my body lotion, which is also a glycolic acid body lotion. This is my Alpha Skincare body lotion. It's 12% glycolic acid, so again, this is an exfoliating body lotion. So you can use these together on the same day. If you were going to use them together, I would put this one on second because this does have mineral oil and petrolatum, so it's going to be very occlusive. And so the same holds for these, that if you're using this every day already, your skin is nice and exfoliated, and it should be good, and so you shouldn't end up with any like dark patches or anything like that from using this. But if you haven't been exfoliating before, and you're not using like a glycolic acid or a lactic acid in your normal skincare, then it is really, really important to exfoliate before you put on your self tanner. And you can do that either with a chemical exfoliant like an alpha hydroxy acid, or you can do it with just good old-fashioned like rubbing with a washcloth by using, say, a sugar scrub or some kind of a physical scrub that has particles in it. Shaving is exfoliating. So there's lots of different ways to exfoliate your skin. The point is just to get it exfoliated before you put on your self tanner so that it doesn't give you built up areas of darker kind of streakiness. And then again, always be sure to put your sunscreen on as the last step so that you're protecting your skin when you're out in the sun, because just putting on a tan doesn't mean that you have any sun protection in your skin. And then the last thing that people ask me about is there a way to get your self tanner to not also darken up your age spots or your brown spots? And unfortunately, the answer to that is no. So yeah, it definitely will darken up your age spots along with your skin, but they're both darkening at the same rate because your self tanner doesn't know the difference between a piece of skin that is, you know, regular colored or one that has an age spot on it. It just darkens everything up the same amount. I suppose after you apply your self tanner that you could just take a Q-tip with a little bit of either makeup remover or soap or alcohol and just rub the spot if you can do that. But, you know, then you're in danger of getting like a white spot around it. So, you know, it just kind of comes with the territory with self tanner. If you do have darker spots, they are going to darken up along with the skin around it. So I hope you found the video helpful and informative. If you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. As always, I thank you so much for your time and really appreciate your watching. So have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.